This is Robert, and this is MaryAnn. With these streams, I already kind of told them a little bit about myself. So if you guys want to tell me about you guys and tell people who are gonna hop in about you guys a little bit.
Oh, of course. Let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is MaryAnn and I currently live in New York. I've lived in New York my entire life. We're a little bit of a nomad at the moment, but all good. I have been part of the HD community for my entire life. My mom was diagnosed when I was about 9 years old, and then I found the community after she passed away when I was about 21 years old. Sort of dove in head first after that. Went back to school, did all the things, and made really incredible friends and community that I consider family. And when I went back to school, I decided to go back to school for social work and started working at a nursing home on an HD specific unit. The same unit my mom was a resident at for 11 years, so that was like super special. I thought I would never leave. And then now, for about 6 years now, I've been working at the Huntington's Disease Society of America. That's me in a nutshell, I think. Now your turn.
I'm Robert. I am currently hanging out here in New York with MaryAnn until we can find somewhere better to go. Let's see. I'm originally from Illinois, and then made my way out east for a job, and been here for the last 12 years or so. I'm class. We get nailed. But it's also where I managed to go to my first HD event, was the convention in Baltimore. Met some people and got recruited and kind of just slowly picked up from there. So I've kind of been going to convention and whatnot pretty much every year, just hanging out and seeing people and having fun with everybody else that's there. I do come from an HD family as well. I have tested, I've got siblings that have tested. My mom's currently symptomatic and partial caregiver for her, even though she's out in Illinois. And so, I'm in the midst of all of it right now as it is. Anything else we need?
No, that was good. Thank you.
It was you in another nutshell. That was perfect.
We are going to be talking a little bit more about HD and their story while we play Ticket to Ride. Have you guys played this game?
I've never played it, never even heard of it
until Erica mentioned it.
But wait, do you know the song?
Oh, yeah.
The Ticket to Ride.
And she don't care.
Thank you. I was like, wait, am I messing up?
I know every Beatles song, actually.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. The book.
We were talking Beatles yesterday and weird songs.
They got Revolution 9.
Every time you say Ticket to Ride, I keep singing it. But go on, sorry. How do we play?
Keep singing? Sure. How do we play? You're asking the wrong guy. You must choose destination tickets, minimum 2.
Which ones do we want? Nope. Say it loud.
Oh, is it a secret?
I don't know. But I'm gonna imagine it is.
That's fair. Let's see. I did try clicking it. It's my turn. Let me just.
It's 37 seconds.
Well, I am.
It's just gonna be us just trying to figure out how this works.
Oh, Boston, Miami? Maybe?
You wanna do that?
Oh, okay. Now you gotta choose some tickets.
Yeah.
Do we keep? So, we got 2. Yes. Moving forward.
Let me see. You must draw train car cards, claim a route, or draw destination tickets.
That's you, not us.
I know. I'm guiding myself through it. Are you sure you want to take? Yeah, dude. I'm sure. I'm positive.
Never sure of anything except.
Oh, this just makes me want to like take trains rounds.
If only they had trains in the U.S. It's halfway decent. We should play Europe.
My grandma does go to one. She goes on one train that she likes. I think it's go up north, and she says that she really likes it. So
Does she go up to Chicago maybe?
yeah, in Iowa, I believe, and I have a sister in Chicago. I need to go down to Chicago eventually.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. I haven't been to the Windy City yet.
One was for a convention that they said was in Chicago, but was actually in Schaumburg, Illinois. It was outside Chicago.
Oh, at least it wasn't in another state. They're like, sorry, it's in Georgia.
You don't want to do anything in Chicago, so.
Yeah, Kansas City's okay. I couldn't tell you. In H's defense, he streamed for like 2 hours a game that was just digging a hole.
Okay.
So he's what you call a true gamer.
So that's all right.
I just want to say we go gambling now.
Yeah.
I imagine you can see ours. It's the same board. Oh, not our cards, but you can see the board. So,
I don't even know what the cards are. So.
further down here. I think we're trying to build this route right here.
Oh, it's me. So how old were you guys when you kind of understood what HD was, I suppose? Everybody has a very different age, you know, with this disease. I feel like maybe other diseases, but with this one for sure.
I don't think I really understood what it was until I was in my 20s. I remember my grandmother having it when I was younger, and she passed away in my early teens, early double digits when I was like 10, 11, something like that. I can't do the math that far back anymore, but and then I never really heard of it or really paid any attention to it again until I say I was in my early 20s, 21, 22, when my half-brother had told me that he had tested positive for it, which, since he had tested positive, that meant that I would have been at risk, right, because it would have came from my mother. And so that's when I really started going through, doing research, and really learning about it. I want to say let's see, that would have been like 2013, 2012.
Was your mom tested at that point? Like, did she know?
She knew. She had tested almost as early as she could have, like early, and just never told us. And so that's why I ended up finding out from my half-brother was through that. You know, build a route. I built a route. Go to Salt Lake City. Go visit Seth. And so, sorry, let's see. I got to do math in my head now. So 2007. No, so this would have been like 2010-ish, maybe, before 2010, somewhere in there. And then from there, that's when I started to remember what it was all about. I remember having kind of heard about it, or, you know, faint memories of it. But then at that point, that's when I kind of really started understanding it and made the decision to just go ahead and get tested, because I'm a person that, no matter what the outcome is. I need to know what's going on and what's happening. Versus just sitting there unknown for however long. And so I went ahead and got tested. Tested in the reduced penetrance range, and then kind of just forgot about it and for a while, because I mean, early 20s and reduced penetrance, there's nothing that really matters or nothing you can really do at that point. And so I ended up in Maryland, and that's when they hosted the Baltimore convention, whatever year that was. And HD got more on my radar. I wasn't looking for it or anything like that, but I don't remember how I came across it or anything like that, but that's kind of when HD came back into my life was at that point interesting.
So, and for me, it's different in the sense of I've always known about HD. My mom my mom had a sister that passed away from ADHD when she was 19, and her dad passed away when he was 49, and all his brothers had it. So my mom always knew about it and was very open with me and my sister growing up. The only thing I knew about my grandfather and my aunt were when I was named after my aunt, so that's really special, but also that, they passed from Huntington's disease and juvenile Huntington's disease. And she spoke a lot about them, but not the disease specifically. And my mom was probably showing symptoms my whole life. I always just thought my mom was different, never really knew why. I was embarrassed by her for something. She couldn't really hold a job. We moved 19 times before I was 8 years old. We were in and out of women's and kids shelters. And so I always knew something was wrong, but didn't really know what. And then the night before she was getting her test results, she told us that she was going to get the results, that me and my sister were going to go with her, and with my uncle and my grandmother were going to also be there, and that she described it as best she could at that point. And so the only really thing I could understand at that age, though, was okay, if my mom does have this, she's going to die from this, right? Just like the other people in her family. So couldn't really fully understand it and what she was explaining. But after she had then gone through, we found out she tested positive. I was in my 9-year-old brain, I'm going to just take care of her forever and she's going to be fine. And then my family started introducing different information to us over the time that we spent with them, because my mom was placed pretty soon after that because she had a lot of psychiatric issues, and so we lived with my family. So we did a lot of research with them, and they told us a lot. Any questions we had, they would answer. But at that point, we didn't really accept any questions because it was very much but we have to keep this a secret because we have to protect mom and we have to protect you girls. So it wasn't really spoken about, and so didn't really fully understand it, and just sort of figured it out as my mom progressed over time. And then, being in school, then, being in bio class or having science books, looking at the back of the textbook to see if it was there, and seeing that, 2-line definition of it. And then I remember never telling anyone and doing a project my senior year of high school about Huntington's disease, and it was the first time I did significant research about it. And again, my mom was in the disease progression, so that's how my mom was that's what I knew of it. And so that's when I sort of really understood even my risk. Didn't really understand it. Knew there was a 50-50 chance, but didn't fully understand that because I just always thought I was just like my mom, named after my aunt. So at that age, just was assumed that I would, have it. Everybody I knew in my life had it. And so I didn't really understand it till someone I was with my high school boyfriend, you know, was the one that said to me, like, hey, like, when we get married and have kids, like, you have to go through testing. And I just was like, what are you talking about, testing? And that was the first time I actually like wrapped my head around like that was an issue, like that was a question or a decision that I was going to have to make in the future.
Yeah. I guess. Right, yeah, I can ask. How did they cope with it, or more, how did you might have been? I feel like as a really young age, I like filled with info about it. So kind of going through that with not really as much information. But besides, of course, when you did your presentation, you would have had a lot of it. But how did you kind of cope with it? Maybe how did your parents cope with it who had it, or just ways to cope with either having the disease or being really close to people with the disease?
Jump in first. Okay. All right. Don't you can go first. Okay. So for me, well, this was a very long time ago when, like, you know, I maybe got my first computer in high school, I think. So didn't have access to like internet or anything like that. Or I'm gonna say it was around, but I didn't have access to it. But so there was very minimal ways that I could learn about it, except like by asking questions. My mom and my dad were separated, so didn't have a relationship at that point with my dad to ask those questions, but lived with my extended family, with my mom's brother and his wife and their kids for a few years when my mom, right after she was placed in a psych facility and then a nursing home. But my mom went through so this is what I found out like years later, which is so mind-boggling because I only found this out like a few years ago. So my mom actually went through testing like a year or two before. She went through testing with everyone in our family, and she did it by herself. And we found those results saying that she had tested positive and was showing symptoms for this. And like I said, it was a year to 2 years before we knew about it, before she went through that testing. So her coping was like testing by herself and then, you know, being prepared to then go through the testing process and, you know, talking to me and my sister about it. And I think about like that night before of having that conversation and crying with her, and, you know, she knew that whole time that she was just like sort of preparing us for that positive test result. So that's just like, you know, something interesting to like just knowing 25 plus years afterwards. But so she went through a lot of like denial. She was very much like refusing of care and didn't want any support, like called the cops on our family members, called the cops on anyone that tried to interfere with me or my sister's lives. And she was just like, I'm fine, I could do this on my own. And then there was something that just like clicked, and this was while she was living in the nursing home, that she just like accepted everything. And all of a sudden she's just telling everybody, I have Huntington's disease, and like my kids are the best, and I love my girl, and all, like she's the mayor of this facility. And like as a 10, 11-year-old, you're just like, what the heck are you doing? Why are we in the elevator talking about this disease, talking about whatever? And so she went from like complete, not necessarily denial, but like wanting to just always take care of me and my sister. And like I said, years later I found out she coped in a very different way than I experienced her coping. And yeah, I think that was a question. How'd your mom cope, right? Or parent? I think.
Yeah. Any of them, really, to be honest. The siblings are okay with talking about, or parents, or yourself as well.
Yeah, so like even with other family members, for me, it was my mom was the first of like that next generation that was showing symptoms, and so it was a lot of like support and family around me and my sister to try, you know, to best support us throughout that. We didn't talk about it. I was very much like needed to just be there for my sister and my mom, and felt like I had to be the hero and had to be that strong person and like that motherly figure. My sister's younger than me, so felt like I very much had to, that was my role. And then as time went on, I realized, especially after my mom passed away, was when I was like, this is something that's completely out of my control, and I want to take control of it. And the best way I can is like what I do about it and like how I get involved. And that's when I just sort of dove in head first. But that took, many years to get to that comfortable place. Also just didn't understand, like didn't realize there was community. Thought my mom was the only person in the entire world that had this disease, even though she was on HD unit. It just didn't click. So, and other family members, cope differently. Like me and my sister were very opposite. Like I went to go visit my mom every chance I could, and my sister sometimes would just sit in the car, like when I drove in, and she was just like, every time we go and see mom, she's different, and it just like she couldn't do it sometimes, and some days were just harder. And so that's how like I wanted to like completely dive in head first to it. And then other family members, like when my uncle started showing symptoms, like he didn't go visit my mom because he just it was too hard for him, because he was sort of, he never said this, but I'm assuming it was just like, him looking at like he might be in that same situation, in the future as the disease progresses. So we all were very different, and no wrong way, but that was my way. Wait.
What was the question again?
You're good. I hope you know what you're doing, because I'm not sure.
Nope,
I do.
cool.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
Just building trains.
Just like coping mechanisms, or how you yourself cope, or how members of your family coped with this disease. Maybe even if you had advice for other people on how to cope.
I mean, so we never talked about it or anything growing up. It wasn't that it was a secret or anything. We just didn't know about it. Like I said, I know my grandmother had it. I know that it was a thing, and I remember, the words and all that kind of stuff. But I never really knew anything about it, because it just wasn't. I don't think anybody was ever like trying to hide anything. It was more of like, it's not there right now, so why are we going to worry about it or talk about it or do anything like that right now? It's not affecting anybody. I don't have it. Somebody else that, nobody else in the family has dealt with it so far. And so why put that burden or thought process into somebody, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. No, it does. I think our family could relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have, like, I see all of these kids and whatnot that are going to the conventions and NYA stuff and all that, and I was like, I wish that I would have been exposed to it. I wish I would have had that same, like, outlet and to have that understanding behind it, that they get the opportunity to have now.
I agree with that, actually. I'm in the same kind of position there. My mom was sort of in... My mom didn't like to talk about it. She was kind of in denial. When we did go to one thing, it was when she was very symptomatic, and until I felt like she just hid it until she couldn't,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that, and I can't say that I wouldn't, to be honest with you. So I definitely understand that, but I like you say, I wish. I think it would have helped her too, because I was pretty impressed with how great this community is for such a small community compared to other ones. I think it's great, and I think being exposed to it actually can make it easier than just being exposed to, like bad stuff. You know what I mean? And it just being secluded, to your home. And I agree with you 100%, and I wish that too. I wish I would have been doing these things when I was younger as well.
Yeah, and I can say like my mom, when having been around it once I got into the community and seeing it more and understanding what was going on, I noticed that my mom had symptoms before we had even realized, right, which is very common. And I will say that initially, and I've gone and talked back to my sister about this as well. It's like we noticed it, and we might have even said something to her, and initially she was that's something else. That's not that's not true. I don't have it, or I don't have symptoms yet, or anything like that. But now she's on the opposite end. Now she's like hypersensitive about it, and she thinks everything is, no matter what happens, she stumbled or something, well, it's the HD because I don't have my balance because of this, or if I forgot something, if I lost something, everything is HD now, and she's super hypersensitive about how that affects other people now as well. To the point that like she won't do things sometimes because she's scared that she has to ask somebody for help, because it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass to get her to go somewhere than a normal person would in her mind, right? Mm-hmm. And so she went from not saying it's true to being like over the top about, hey, this is true, this is thing.
I remember when my sister tested. I think one of the biggest things, it's something you said just made me think of it. I think she just didn't want to be thinking like, oh, or she does something silly that all people do, and how in her head be like, oh, well, maybe I do have it. And I think that's why she just decided to be like, let me just know for sure. That way, that way I don't have that. Don't feel that way, and I can just know and not have to be worried about every little thing I do, and that way those little things that happen, she can just be like, yeah, it could or could not be, too early to tell, but yeah, I have it, and I think for her there's a lot of peace of mind for that. For other people there's not. So, and that's what we were talking about earlier before we even popped on the stream. Some people are just totally different with how they think about it and how they would like to think about it, and when they're ready to think about
Phantom hunting is a huge thing. Like, I remember like even as early as I can remember, like anytime I forgot a word, anytime that I dropped something, I was like, this is it, here it goes. Like, this is around the time like my mom probably started showing symptoms, or my aunt, and so just automatically like hyper fixated on like every little thing I did. And I think a lot of people can identify with that, whether they're at risk, tested gene positive, reduced penetrance, or even negative, and just like, was that right? Was that a right result? Like, I don't.
Yeah, my sister's a klutz though. I mean, she she really is too.
But also, like, remembering, like,
it's probably another reason she did it. She'd be tripping and spilling
right?
stuff.
Like, I fall all the time. Like, yes,
yeah.
Like that has nothing to do with my gene status.
I've also,
that was, like you said, one of the big reasons why, like I said, I need to know things, and so like me sitting here wondering and thinking through that, well, this could be, this might be, versus no, it's definitely not, like, is a massive relief in my head of being able to be like, no, this is not because of your test, or this is because of your test, or in my case, who knows, because I'm reduced penetrance, it could be, but but yeah, so that was one of my main things, because I'm going to question it either way, and so I might as well know that I'm questioning it for something that's worth questioning versus something that's not. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And another thing I was just gonna say, just because it was kind of new to me, or I didn't think about it, but how like different some people's like chorea can be. Like, I know Jenna said her grandfather didn't, if I remember right, her grandfather didn't really have much of that, but her mom did the whole way through. And I saw that was so interesting, because to be honest with you, I haven't seen many people with HD besides my mom and my aunt, and they're both relatively comparable. So to see people whose body takes it, or their mind takes it, or both, just in a whole different direction. That was, I didn't know that could happen. I thought it kind of. I don't want to say that because I don't know. That's like more scientific than I actually know about it. But I thought that was very, very strange to me. And which, so when you got guessing what is this, and I did this, so it must be the disease. Sometimes it's really hard to tell, and you might not even develop that as much chorea as you saw your mother develop, and so on. Which I just think is a great thing to know, because I didn't really think about that until Jenna told me about that last Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, I always, whenever I'm trying to like explain like individuals and educate people on Huntington's disease, I'm always just like, if you've met one person, you've only met one person, even within the same family, because people can experience symptoms like very differently. Yeah. And it's always so surprising, even when you do, even within my own family, I'm always just like, assume that this one's just going to be just like my mom, and it's very different. So
I thought you didn't know how to play.
I don't.
I'm negative 34. He's almost 100.
I'm wondering what he was like clicking around.
Dude, I was
as you can build a train, you click a button.
I was just clicking. I won't lie. I will not lie. Would you like to have a rematch, or do you want to play another one? It's totally up to you.
We can play another game if you want.
Okay.
Let you choose this time.
Let me choose. Let me see. I hate to do this to y'all, but it might have to be Uno. It might be the only game I know how to play.
Me too. So that's and virtual Uno is very different than like card Uno. So
but especially this game. This game is all.
I didn't realize how hard it would be to like try to play a game, but also like try to think at the same time.
Yeah, that's I forgot we were playing.
Which is pretty much why I win.
Nice. Okay, Erica. We'll play Yahtzee, man.
And I'll play Uno. I know how to play Uno.
Nah, well, do you want to play Uno? We'll play Uno. Yeah, I don't care what Erica says. Erica says so much Uno. Uno's goated, though. We'll have time for Yahtzee. Maybe, unless this actually does take a while. The Uno game, I'm not totally sure.
There's too many games now that I don't know. I only know my old school Yahtzees and rummies and whatnot that none of you younger folks know how to play. So,
can you play rummy on a computer? Is that easy, you think? I wonder.
What is it?
Rummy. You know rummy, right? You just said so.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would be on a computer. I wonder if they even have it. But I feel like, I don't know, anytime, like, it was a very, like, vocal game. But I guess, I don't know, they probably have, like, a click, for rummy.
You say it's different rules, probably, and different everything. Not the rummy you're used to.
I like playing that with my great aunt a lot. All right.
Great aunt.
Used to play dominoes with all of my aunts and uncles. Like, nobody knows how to play dominoes, and nobody wants to do the math to play dominoes.
No, I would just build stuff with them and knock them down.
Exactly. It's the only thing I know how to do with them.
And that's where you want Mexican trained dominoes, because that gives you a lot more options than just regular dominoes.
And then I remember when those were like really big, and you would just see like the craziest videos. Just be watching that for like.
Yeah, the people that would like build them and then knock them all down.
Like a 10-minute domino like contraption. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was
you ever seen that?
People became professionals at it. Like, I think especially like when YouTube started getting big and whatnot, that would be like how they made money
making domino.
Was making cool domino like patterns and designs and like.
But you have to have like thousands and thousands.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was insane. Or what's that
like,
one?
It would take them multiple months to set up one thing.
Remember that movie I Am Robot or whatever? It's the animated movie.
Will Smith?
I think that's Shark Tale. Will Smith might have been in this one too. I don't know. I really can't remember.
Cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no. Oh,
We are.
different one. You guys are on a different robot movie than me.
Oh, you're thinking of iRobot. Yeah. No, this was like a cartoon. I think it's just called Robots. You know, but there's literally a scene with like one of the craziest domino like scenes I've ever seen, and I didn't know if you would know what that was, but I'll just send you that. That's a really good movie to watch.
Just imagine setting up 90% of it and then just accidentally messing it up.
I think that's what he does in that movie. He messes up somebody else's like dominoes, and it's like millions. It's pretty crazy, actually. Oh.
Would probably cry and would.
Oh, I definitely would.
Fetal position on the ground.
I've never seen
Second time in my life.
I was gonna say I've never seen you cry. I would love to see that. No, not love. I don't want you to be sad.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
I don't want you to be sad, but like, it's okay if you have tear ducts.
I want people to remember this. This is live, right?
See?
You have video evidence.
Still live. Also, if you do want to see the chat, you can go on Twitch and go to Game Over HD Reach, and like you can see the chat if you would like to. There are some people in there now. We got Erica, of course, the Ghost, and Mac Rem. MaryAnn is like, get me away from these boys. Mac! No one asked any questions yet, but also, I will, if you have any questions for MaryAnn and Robert in the chat, my phone did die, so it might take me just a couple more seconds to actually look in the chat than usual. I remember when I was with Jenna, we were both just very interactive with the chat, because we both had our computers and then our phones, but so it just might take me an extra second, but yeah, definitely feel free to ask any questions or say anything, and I'll shout it out or ask them questions that you guys have as well. It may even help me out, you know. So.
We got you.
Did you find it?
Trying.
You're good too.
I think we've been on it, so I should have it.
I should be able to send you like a hyperlink also. Let's do it real quick.
Oh my god, can we just say that Erica spelled my name right, and I'm so grateful. She never does. Oh my god, can we just say that?
I've actually never been on Twitch, so.
You're good. I'm trying to send you this link, but I'm a little silly at the moment. Let me see.
I think I found it. I'm not seeing any comments though, so maybe where the problem is. HD Reach, Robert, MaryAnn, Green Chat.
Open chat. You popped out player to another
We don't
window.
broke anything.
Viewers.
Eggs Benny. Who's Eggs Benny?
It's background, granola girls.
Oh wait, it sounds like you're in it. Maybe, possibly.
Okay.
Write something. Hey, everybody be nice to me and Robert. Erica. Put my...
Yeah, see, there's a lot of people.
Oh my goodness.
Are you in it now?
We can go on it because Robert refuses to make any comments on anything.
The government's watching. I don't need that mode. No, I've never used Twitch. I've never streamed or anything. So.
Oh, I can send you a direct message to Cow Cards. I just did. There is a link right in your Discord messages with the link to their account, and then in their account it'll be like live, and you just click on that, and that, you know, the stream right now. If you would, it's totally up to you, like I say.
We must have to sign in to see comments.
You'll probably have to mute the stream, of course, or you'll get, you know, double
We
feedback.
can hear the Domino's Pizza advertisement. How did it know that you love Domino's?
Everybody loves Domino's.
I don't.
I'm not gonna lie. I've known 2 people that hate the smell of the crust. They just can't do it for some reason. I don't know. I grew up on Domino's. I'm not gonna lie. That and Gambino's Pizza Hut. I guess I'm not picky.
I'm from New York. You can't mess with pizza.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to mess up pizza.
Domino's, 7-Eleven, what else? Oh, Pizza Hut is stuffed crust back in my heyday.
You say 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Word. I don't think I've ever had a 7-Eleven pizza. I won't lie.
Okay, I haven't, but one of my favorite Cubans in the entire world. His name is Orville. He actually is from St. Thomas, and his guardian called me when I was working at the nursing home and was like, "You're the first contact information that came up when I Googled Huntington's disease. I have someone here." He was 24 at the time, blah, blah, blah. And so we brought him from St. Thomas up to New York. And the first thing he wanted was pizza, but he wanted 7-Eleven pizza. And I was like, we can't do that. This is your first time in the United States, first time in New York. I will bring you anywhere.
Because they got like New York style pizza, don't they? You got New York style, Chicago.
Anywhere. 99-cent pizzas everywhere. Like,
I mean, if you did Casey's instead of 7-Eleven, I'd be all over it.
there's no Casey's around in
Yeah.
in the East and Northeast. But
I do.
it was so
well,
disappointing.
I know
when
what
you
you
wanted
are.
to,
You know the Casey's pizza?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
There you go. It's so good.
What's that look? You don't like it? You don't like it?
Nowhere, small town Illinois, and like, there's not even a stoplight, but there's a Casey's. It's crazy.
And the pizza's delicious.
That's true. They have them in. Well, they'll put a Casey's anywhere because they're like, yeah, they'll come in. We'll get business.
Every town still needs
Yo.
gas, whether there's 10 people or 100 million.
I drove by a Casey's in like somewhere in Shawnee or something. It was not a gas station. It was just Casey's. I was like, wait, where's the gas pumps?
You can gas to it?
There was no gas there. It was the only time. Yeah, it's just a Casey's general store. Probably got the pizza because they like make their own donut. They got their own drinks. It's kind of crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know 7-Eleven had gas until I was like 20 something. I'd only ever seen them as
I've seen
a
a
station.
scandal.
I'd never seen the gas.
Really?
station at 7-Eleven.
Okay,
So
that's
like-
crazy.
Oh, guess who it is on your side? Casey's.
Yeah.
We got Fast Track.
Way to go, Fast Track. You're my favorite now.
Casey's for the win.
You hear that?
Yeah, just for you, I'll drive to 7-Eleven tonight. I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it. But if I don't like it, I'm giving it to my Labrador, going right back to Casey's.
You're from Nebraska, right?
You can wash it with Casey's.
Mm-hmm.
Just get that face out.
Wash it down with Kansas. Kansas. From Kansas.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
I'm
okay.
gonna tell Orville the next time I see him that somebody from Kansas went to 7-Eleven just for you. He's gonna be so happy.
We do have Hunt's Brothers, which is it's a gas station pizza. It's in a lot of. I don't remember what gas station it's in. I'm not gonna lie, but Hunt's Brothers, a lot of people like that. I don't know. It might just be a central thing, but. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know you guys had joined. I was actually waiting for you guys to join this game.
Oh, sorry.
No, you.
Just yell at us. Just having too much fun.
That's me on 2 screens. I'm like,
Okay. I am bringing in a deck of Uno to camp because I have to play against Jenna again because.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Did she
definitely.
meet you?
I beat her.
Oh, okay.
It was
You're
a.
gonna be her in person too.
It was a long. It was a long game. This action is impossible right now. What do you mean? Oh, let the round begin. Yeah. I'm down.
I have no idea. I don't even know what we're playing.
Uno.
No.
Am I playing too?
I thought you said you weren't gonna play the Uno one.
I don't want to.
Okay.
So it's fine. I'm happy. Camp is gonna be so much fun. Okay, so for people that don't know, we're talking about camp. Robert, do you know what camp is?
Nope, never been
You've
there.
never been. HDYO hosts a camp every other year, and it's this year. It's 2 years ago, and this year it's in Maryland, and it's with people the ages from 16 to 25, all impacted by HD or JHD in different ways, and it's 4 days long. Everybody comes from all over the United States and Canada, and it's a week or 4 days rather of a lot of fun, a lot of community connection, a lot of support, a lot of all those feelings on your feeling wheel, maybe even some tears from those tear ducts, and
Had them removed.
it's an incredible experience.
Removed.
The camp is like the gateway to the community, and if especially if that's your first experience, it's a great one. It's an incredible opportunity for people that get to go.
Yeah, I cannot.
Like you're gonna build relationships that you'll have forever.
Okay, I should have just won. I should have.
Because we found bugs in a sink the first year we met.
How old do you have to be to go to camp?
You're too old.
Oh.
I'm basically the.
Is it in the middle of the woods?
It is. It's in the middle of nowhere, Maryland. So like.
Anything outside of DC and Baltimore is middle.
But it's like along on the water, and like you go like an hour. It feels like 15 hours because you're on also a bus, so that's a little rough. But yeah, it's a good time.
I cannot wait to tell you guys about it, but this will be my first time.
Yeah. We just had like a game over takeover for anybody that went to camp.
How do you go to camp?
There's an application process. There's an ongoing like a rolling application, because a lot of times people last minute cancel, or within the last couple of months, people drop out for various reasons or unable to attend. So they do have the application is still ongoing and open, but it is an application. You meet with team members from HDYO. And then you're like, yeah, you could go. Yeah, like maybe not this year, maybe next year, or maybe this isn't the right opportunity for you. Maybe you don't meet the criteria and things like that. You're also like set up in specific like groups throughout camp, and you stick with those groups throughout camp. You get to there's a lot of different experiences with everyone, but you spend a lot of time with that smaller group.
Oh.
Oh, I thought they were.
I think a lot of. I remember when I sat down with Jenna, they did say that like this was a big group this year. So I'm not surprised by that. They might have filled up. I'm not gonna lie. I need to request. I actually need to hop on and do the plane stuff, like tomorrow or today. Now that I think about it. Me and my little sister have to do that for sure. But
well, here's a reminder. Get to it. Thanks, Erica. They're not, so pretend I didn't say that.
All that advertisement.
I know. I was really like pushing hard.
let me draw a card. I think I won round 1.
We won't speak of that yet.
We won't speak of that.
There's 4 rounds of okay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Sometimes it'll like the only card I have. It's like I'm like kind of forced to switch hand. Like me and Jenna just kept like we got kind of confused, and I didn't realize. Okay, one thing. So you know when you have 1 card left and you call Uno, you call Uno when you have 2 cards left, and then use one of your cards. Or solo. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And if you don't do that, it like you'll mess yourself up. And it kind of me and Jenna were kind of crashing out. Like we were trying to like talk about stuff, and then like that would happen, and we'd like like go crazy for a minute. Like what's going on? So this is a little bit different, but also I different roles. I didn't know also in real Uno, you know how someone's like draw 4 and it's like, no, you draw 8 because now I have a draw 4. Apparently you can't do that.
Like, that's not a real rule. That's just that's a house rule.
Yeah, we did that all our lives. And then we were playing with this like younger kid, and I remember he's like, you can't do that. And I remember my little sister's like, look, dude, I've been playing Uno before you were born. So, and she was wrong.
Yeah, I've seen people like question it on like social media and whatnot. Uno like actually was like, this is not a real rule. Everybody does it, but it's not a real rule of our game.
Yeah.
It's like, that can't be true. You don't know your own rules, Uno. You need to go.
I sort of looked at how many cards you had before I switched with you. But you're welcome.
But also, how can you tell? We're cheating right now. We can see your cards.
You can't tell them that.
But like, I feel like we're cheating, and that's not right.
I mean, I wasn't looking at his cards, so it must be.
Hold on.
You got a question, MaryAnn?
What is MIA? What are things? So the National Youth Alliance is part of the Huntington's Disease Society of America. We have different youth and young adult programs that support young people impacted by Huntington's disease and juvenile Huntington's disease. I feel like I'm reading an advertisement right now. But one thing we have coming up that's really exciting, we just announced last week, is our first retreat of the year, and that will be at the end of July in Salt Lake City, Utah, and that is a free opportunity. It's a weekend-long event from Friday to Sunday. Some people are able to stay till Monday, can also stay till Monday. So it's 2 full days, similar to other youth-specific events of finding support, connecting with people, having fun, and learning a lot. But really, the main focus is creating that safe environment and, remembering and feeling like you're not alone in wherever you are in your AG journey. So feel free if Erica wants to put in the chat, if I can put in that application. But yeah, really excited to be going to Salt Lake. We'll be going to Florida at the end in October. That application is an open mission.
You get to dress up as a SLC punk.
Hey, I love Salt Lake City.
It's a requirement, actually. You got to have the mohawk.
Yeah, do you?
No, I don't know.
I don't have the hair to have mohawk, so
Hair.
it's not me. All you're gonna have to. Maybe a tall one too. That'd be cool.
I'm pretty good at this.
I'm gonna have to call solo.
Oh, you can see how many cards they have.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can you see how many cards I have, or can you see what my cards are?
Well, Robert closed the screen because...
Oh, yeah, because... Okay, no, okay, I totally forgot about that. You can...
Oh, but he is an honest...
I forgot, I didn't even think.
You've got 4 cards. It says on top of the...
No, I know that. I was wondering how you could see my cards, but I wasn't thinking hard enough. And now I get it. Now I get it.
I had to close it so she would stop.
I didn't know how to play another card or something. I don't
not in these rules.
deal with this.
What do you want to put in the chat?
So, Robert, you are very... I know now that you have people who are symptomatic right now in your life, and MaryAnn, I was kind of curious about you. If you still do, or if you mostly are just helping out with the community. You're kind of what's going on in your life with Huntington's disease personally, if I can ask that? Just curious.
Yeah, of course. So at the present moment, so my cousin, one of my cousins tested positive when she was 17 with symptoms, and so now she is 32 years old, and it needs full-time care. My aunt and her sister are incredible human beings, and they care for her at home, which is beautiful of me. So that's like my present, like in my family right now, and then work with a lot of wonderful people in the community, and I hope I, also support Robert through. Why are you making that face? Like I don't. So, with helping to navigate where he's at as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it always. Yeah, it must suck dealing with it as a kid and then dealing with it as an adult, and thankfully I'm not there yet. So I am sorry that you are, and I wish you all the best luck, of course. Uh-oh.
My family, I'm really lucky and grateful. Like we're all very, very close. I don't know if we would have been as close if it wasn't for HD. And we can't get rid of that, so I'm just really grateful that we have each other through this, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I feel like it. I kind of feel the same. I don't know if my family would be as close as we are now without it, so it's it's a bittersweet thing, I suppose, isn't it? You must choose.
It's not a club or a family anyone should ever want to be part of, but it's a beautiful one when you're here, for sure.
Yeah, I do appreciate the people involved in it very much.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody said, what is the difference between someone who is young getting HD and someone older? So there's multiple different things. So you have juvenile Huntington's disease, which is just someone that shows symptoms before the age of 20 years old. And then, sort of quote unquote normal symptomatic age of being between 30 and 50 years old. There are people that experience symptoms that have a CAG repeat in that quote unquote normal range that experience symptoms before the age of between that range of 30 and 50, and that's just early onset of symptoms, and that just there's no rhyme or reason for why that happens. There's science stuff that is going on in the research world right now that if I say it I will butcher it, so I'm not going to say it, but there are things going on that we could potentially figure out those reasons, but there's also environmental factors that contribute to early onset of symptoms as well.
Do you know what environmental as in
traumatic events, so anything like
traumatic
body, or so a lot of times people, and this is not science, but it's very much let's say childbirth, right? There's a lot of people that experience childbirth and symptoms begin or are shown early after. So maybe we can't really compare if they wouldn't have shown it if they didn't go through that event, but it's usually earlier than expected.
I did not know that. That was information I did not know, actually. I also didn't know that he was about to win. He clicked it.
We didn't say it out loud. I think that's cheating.
Yeah, bring it back. I won. Let's cancel that whole match. We gotta go again. Sorry.
But I think even along with that, I think the longer that you've been around people that have had HD or have symptoms currently and whatnot, I think you've probably noticed when an event has happened and all of a sudden symptoms get worse, or that seems like they go downhill because of an event that happened in their life that caused that you can kind of see as a triggering point for those symptoms getting worse, right? And so I think it's now kind of, we could see it happening. We just got to figure out why it happens like that. Like, is it something that's, is it a mental thing? Is it something where the body just doesn't fight, or whatever sciencey way they go about it, figuring out exactly what the reasons are for that, for those responses, I guess. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, like,
does
too,
make sense.
that there's really, like, no one can say, like, this was the defining factor or, like, point of time where you started showing symptoms, right? Like, because it's like, if maybe we had all the access to great MRI, CAT scan machines and able to see, like, when brain chemistry started changing and things started changing, who's to say, like, that anxiety, that depression, some of those, like, psychiatric symptoms or cognitive symptoms that usually appear first are just depression and just anxiety, rather than is it due to HD. So there's never, like, even doctors or specialists, there's no, like, what, you were starting to show symptoms at 34 years old because of this, and it's like, well, maybe, but maybe not. But either way, like, at that point, wherever you are and whatever you're experiencing, like, you see a specialist, you see a provider that just manages those symptoms, whatever you're experiencing, for whatever reason. So that's why there's really smart people doing science stuff.
Yeah, the only thing I could even assume was that you did something that made it so you weren't building neural pathways as fast as losing them. But that's, like, just one speck of the many things that it's I am not brain surgeon. But that's one of the big reasons we got my sister into Taekwondo, because you get to learn so many different forms and techniques and all kinds of stuff like that. Martial arts, music, like arts, I think, is a really great way to build neural pathways. I think there are studies on it, and just kind of keeping yourself busy with new things and trying to learn new things kind of as much as you can, I think is supposed to help you keep or build them as much as physically possible. I believe so. I was told that as a kid a lot, and
I know, and I'm not a scientist, obviously, by my bio, nothing to do with science, but I do know, like, at the convention they do the activity center, and they have some various people, physical therapists and music therapy and all those people that that understand how that works, obviously, and even just listening to them talk about the impact that has had on some of their patients is pretty crazy to see differences that they have from just starting it to a few weeks in, a few months, or whatever it is, that how much positive experience that can be for a person.
Yeah, I
music
would.
is crazy though. So, like, I like love music therapy, but so the part of the brain that, like, music lives, I don't know where it is, and, like, please don't quote me on this, but somewhere. But it's like one of the, like, things that isn't impacted, which various things are, but, like, cognitively, I was working with a lot of people later in the disease progression, and, like, they wouldn't remember a lot of things, or they weren't able to verbally communicate and do different things, but they were able to remember every Beatles song. They were, would sing God Bless America. And it was incredible to see, like, the things that would still stick.
Yeah.
Why do we have so many cards?
Because I switched. I did a naughty thing. I did a bad thing. I feel like I should be winning right now. I feel like this should be a game over type of deal. But yeah, I'll draw a card. You ain't no worries here.
I knew what your card was before you.
Now I should win. What? That's
Oh,
weird.
you can see it right here.
It was a 4 green. so I don't play green or 4. I'm on with it.
How peculiar. Okay.
Competitive.
But you can't go twice, right? Like you can't put 2 cards down at once. No, I feel like in some winning games you could like topple. What is it called?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember why, actually, now I think about it.
Did you not know?
No, I didn't call it. Oh my god, those Mefraholis are free. Let me go. That's tragic.
We can go multiple. You can just go multiple times.
Nah, see?
Yeah. You've been a bunch.
I didn't do it. There we go, please. Oh.
Oh, did you see me yawn, Erica? Like, it's way past my bedtime. It is. For those that know me, I'm a morning person, not an evening person. So I apologize.
What? Oh my gosh. How the turntables spin.
We both had it. You just had to drop it.
I went from 2 to 11.
Okay, you guys are playing a game. I'm talking to my friends.
No,
Okay.
you're right.
Thank you. I think I'm just like blush.
God and God. Was it blue?
Something about identical cards being played at the same time.
Very intense.
Game. I'm also excited to go to the conventions, for sure. I remember Jenna was like, I think it'd be a good idea to go to camp first. You know, I don't even really know, but that's what I'm doing, you know, not even on purpose. But I think, when is the convention usually in Baltimore? Is it in Baltimore every year? I mean, I guess there's different ones.
Across the country. So this year it's in Phoenix, but it's always 3rd week of June.
Usually end of June. They switched it up a few times, but I think it'll stick to the end of June, or at least the next 2 that I know of.
Where is it after Phoenix?
It's in Philadelphia. Somebody else spelled it, so it was okay. Like, I can spell it. Usually it's like a big secret, and I don't know why. Like, I guess it's exciting.
Because people, excited to hear what's...
Like, what new city
Which
you're
one
going
is? Because don't go to the gala.
They do, but somebody announced it, not me, at an event, and so now everybody knows. So it'll be at the end of June in Philadelphia.
Okay. I guess Jenna told me a little bit about it. I guess tell me kind of what to expect from, like, the convention, you know, if you will. Because I plan on going at some point.
I mean, for me, the first time I went to, like, all the sessions and just kind of took it all in, because it can be very overwhelming initially. And then I didn't really, like... You meet a lot of people, and you start recognizing a whole lot of people, at the same sessions and that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people obviously hang out at nights, make a lot of new friends and that kind of stuff. But then after that first one, for me, it was always just going back and just to see those people and hang out with people and just feel like that weekend, that everybody's kind of on the same page and has the same understanding, and everybody knows, you're not explaining yourself, you're not trying to, wonder if people are questioning you or judging you or making you feel weird for being in this type of community, or being in this community or having to deal with this kind of stuff. And so most of the time I don't even go to a lot of sessions anymore. I end up just going and hanging out with people and talking to them, and meeting up, seeing your old friends every year, and that community that that you don't want to be a part of, but you really do. If that makes sense.
No, it does, and I relate, and that's a big reason why I would like to go, because as much as I like explaining it and bringing out awareness, sometimes when I'm just like kind of talking about it or rambling about it, because sometimes if I'm left rambling too much, we'll just go to talking about Huntington's disease, just because it's such a big part of my life, and it means a lot to me, and I hate it, and so sometimes I'll like meet somebody new and I'll have to explain it, and I kind of realize that I don't want to right now, and which is totally fine, and I still do, and then I'm like, I don't even know if they want to hear me talk about this, necessarily. Not that they're lacking empathy, but they want to have a good day too, and I don't, it's sort of deal. So I would, I want to be in, I want me and my little sister to be able to find, more than one place, where we can go and talk about it, or not even talk about it at all with people who already know all about it, and I think that'll just feel, therapeutic.
That's the most important part from like all of these events, right? It's like you are just surrounded by hundreds of people that just get it. You don't have to explain anything. You don't have to explain why you're there, who you're there for, any reason. It's just, they just get it, and you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And I do think that's like one of the most important parts of any kind of event, honestly. But convention, and so you pretty much summed it up pretty well. I work at so it's a different experience for me now working at HDSA, but convention is this incredible experience. There's over 60 plus educational sessions, 20 plus support groups. There's days dedicated to chapter leaders, to social workers, to youth and young adults. So like the day before convention starts, there's a whole day dedicated. It's NYA Day. It's dedicated, and we talk about things that impact young people by HD and GHD. We do a lot of like interactive community building activities, a lot of support, and just it's one of my favorite days of the year. A little biased, but it is. And throughout convention, there's different events and opportunities to connect with people. It's not just educational sessions. There's an NYA talent show where...
Oh, yeah. Jenna said that. My bad. I didn't even know. I was excited for that. Yeah.
Everybody's on. It's such a great event. And it's the only thing that, for NYA specifically, that we raise money for young people to get people to convention the following year. So that's how we raise money for our scholarship fund. And then on Friday, there's a awards lunch. Saturday, there's this big research forum, so all the big clinical trials that are going on. We learn about that. And then Saturday night is the big gala, and it's emotional, but it's so much fun as well. There's awards that are given out there. There's a lighting ceremony. I'm always crying, hysterical.
But that's the entire time. That's not just the gala.
For sure. What's going on? Starting Wednesday, when is MaryAnn going to start crying?
And the answer is Tuesday.
Hey, I can't say I'd be any different. I'm a bit of an emotional guy. I can't lie.
Show strength. All right? Where's those tears?
Yeah, man. Cry now. They're all gone now, man. How, like I say, I'm just trying to probably prepare for next year. How many days is it? It starts is it Monday through, what is the convention?
Thursday, so I'm going to say you're going to go to NYA Day because I'm going to make you. Not make
what do you say? You said something through Thursday. I think you cut out.
It's Wednesday night through Sunday.
Wednesday night through Sunday?
Yeah, so
okay. Sunday being the gala?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
And then Sunday you go home. Or go wherever you want.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All the convention sessions are Friday, Saturday. NYA days Thursday, and there's like people that show up early for Wednesday and then leaving Sunday, getting breakfast or meeting up at night or whatnot for people that come in those days. Those days, it's like I said, getting together with your friends.
And that's all ages, right? The whole convention is. Yeah. In the gala, you dress up, or you don't have to, or you do. I just want to make sure. Somebody else is gonna dress up all spiffy.
No. There's some people like you could be in jeans and a t-shirt, or you can be you don't wear jeans.
Sorry.
Sweatpants.
Sweatpants
And a t-shirt, or a prom dress, or
okay.
I'd love to see you in a prom dress. You should do that.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Good too.
That's why well, I'll wear one if you wear one.
Oh please, I would love that. We should have a fundraising campaign for that.
We kind of are on HD Reach Game Over HD, where for juvenile Huntingtons, and I can't remember, and I'll just say whatever because Erica will correct me in the chat, but Rico is gonna dye his beard purple if they get a certain amount of donations, and H is gonna, I think, dye his hair, and I think he gonna wear a skirt. I think he gonna dress up real nice.
Oh, nice.
I believe so. Just silly stuff that people put in, and I'll do something too. If somebody, what'd she say?
I'll let you shave my head.
Wait. H does not have hair. Somebody corrected me on that. H doesn't have hair. I don't know why I said. All right, here we go. The person who donated the most gets to pick a wig for H to wear on a future stream. Once 1,000 is reached, the highest donor picks his entire outfit. There we go. I imagined a skirt just because I'd be like, I don't know.
Because that's what you're gonna pick.
Yeah. And then once 500 followers on Twitch or YouTube, our streamer Rico gets a purple beard. Purple is significant for our juvenile Huntington's disease community. There we go.
I feel like he would do that without.
I was gonna say, I don't think he needs it. He's probably
done it or just wants to do it. And he's like, oh shucks, if you donate $1, I'll do it.
He does. They have this thing called posture check, where I need to figure out kind of what I'm gonna do for it too, because he might have stole what I would have done. Maybe I'll try to stand up in the chair and spin on my hands, but he just starts shaking ass. Gets up in the chair, starts shaking. H is a riot, man. He's so funny.
On a chair like that's very dangerous.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
At least not on stream. You got to do it off stream because then they're not liable for your decisions.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Liability. Here. Just trying to help out.
3. You don't know my I'm like a cat. They call me Catman. I'm like Selena Kyle, but I'm Kyle Selena.
That's Catwoman's.
Oh really?
Like Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Get it together, MaryAnn.
We've never watched it.
Kyle.
Got it. You have to explain it. What did we say? If you have to explain the joke.
Dude, I love Batman. I really do. I love the new one. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody has their own opinion. I thought the Robert Pattinson Batman was awesome. I thought it was really dark for the comics, and I just thought it was cool seeing him early on. There's a part where he tries to use his parachute and he eats shit. Just hits a bridge, falls because he's still an amateur.
Never seen the new Robert Pattinson ones.
Oh, the second one's gonna come out probably this year or next year, and they're great. Player battle card.
All the Batmans are watching all the Lord of the Rings stuff, right? No?
No.
Or Harry Potter's?
No.
Nah.
At least all those are the same actors and the same like vibes. Like there's what 3 trilogies now. So like if you go each one has a complete different Batman, complete different set of vibes.
I know which one I watched. The only one I saw was the one with the Penguin.
With Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Yeah, that's one of the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you watched like the '80s Batman or whatever, huh?
Yeah. What's his face is the new one. The Christian Bale is definitely the best Batman movies. Got Heath Ledger as the Joker.
I like Christian Bale more as Bruce Wayne, but I like Robert Pattinson as Batman, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't picture him as a Batman.
At first I was like, huh, that's kind of weird, and then I saw him like play Batman like with his like I don't know, man. I thought Robert Pattinson's been busy though. He's been busy. He's in this year alone, he's been in like 5 movies, like big movies. Yeah, he's been, and Zendaya's been in like 3 of them. It's weird.
Oh, love.
Yeah, Tom Holland's probably getting a little jealous. Tom Holland is in the Odyssey with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson too. And the Punisher. So you got Batman, Spider-Man, and the Punisher all in this Greek mythology movie coming out this year.
Is it all 3 of them in
the Odyssey? Yeah, with Matt Damon as the
Odysseus?
Yeah, I was trying to think of the other one, Ulysses or Odysseus, but he has like 2 names. It's weird. All right.
I don't know enough about it, so.
I read the shit out of that book. I'm not gonna lie. Like in 8th grade, I just thought it was one of the freshman year or something. I thought it was one of the coolest stories I've ever read in Greek mythology. That is.
It's been a little while since I've had to do that one.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was interested in that one. I ain't gonna lie. Man, now you're. Oh wait, we're tied. It's okay.
Oh, it's my turn. Distracting me.
I should have started playing. Sorry. You guys go.
Sorry, it's the only way I can go to the chat now. Usually I have my phone pulled up, so I just keep it here. But sorry, talking to Granola Girl in chat, I keep kind of flipping from this to the stream, and when I flip from this to the stream, it's just like double. It's kind of weird.
Inception.
Yeah, exactly. What's worse? Watch when I do this. This is really madness, actually. If you can see that. It's just infinite screens. Alright.
How does it look like that?
Because it's like me recording me, it's like me streaming me and then going into me streaming me, so the computer sees it as, like, it doesn't know what to do, I guess, so it's just an infinite loop of the stream. Yeah, no, it messes up my brain. But sometimes I'll be trying to edit stuff and set up the stream while I'm on that screen, and I'm like, ah! The numbers, Mason. Draw a card. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, we're still tied. Okay, so we're both just
Chilling.
Just chilling. I am running kind of out of questions to ask, which kind of apologize for. But is there anything that you guys kind of maybe we haven't touched on that I might have missed? I seem to be drawing like blanks today. For some reason, it was kind of a long day. Usually, I have more questions. I think.
You're good.
Is there anything in the chats that anybody?
What is a posture check?
Did somebody just put that in?
Why did you ignore a posture check?
Wait, was there a posture check? Why you ignore a posture check? I redeemed something, so you better decide quick. Redeemed a posture check? Okay. They're liable. I'm sorry, guys. It gotta happen.
What the hell's going on? Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, we gotta work on that one. We're gonna have to work on that one. I guess I'm gonna have to pull an H real quick.
Are you okay?
Posture check, man. Don't mind me. Just a little posture check.
Never heard of this.
Just gotta.
I know my posture's bad. I thought Roller Girl was shouting me out, and I was about to throw down. Like, don't make fun.
No, I remember the first time she did that. I was like, "Oh yeah, my bad, I'm slouching." And they're like, "No, posture check. You do something, you know, like what H does. If they say posture check, he starts shaking his butt. Me, I gotta work on my acrobatics, but I'm gonna try to do some nice.
Just almost very much hurt yourself.
I'm still young. I can fall pretty good.
Meanwhile, Robert's got a bad back. I got a bad shoulder.
I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a little worse. I was at the playground with my niece, and I climbed I climbed up to it was kind of a high swing set, and I climbed up on it. Sorry. And I looked down, and I was like, oh, I'll try this, because if I fall, I mean, I fell down there before, that'd be alright. And I went to go, I put my boots up on the top of the swing, and then I let go. And I was hanging from just the boots. And they're like, Brandy, oh my god, Brandy! And then I slipped, and I fell down. And when my back hit, You're
not invincible.
It knocked the air out of me more than ever had. Because I used to be able to take hits like that pretty well. And I was just like, They're like, one dude kind of walked over, he's like, hey, you okay? Because I took a second to get up. I was like, yeah, maybe I'm getting older. But yeah, when I was a kid, I would practice backflips on the hard ground, and I never actually succeeded in actually doing one. So I would just hit the ground however many times.
God.
Yeah, I was crazy.
One thing I've always wanted to do, but never put in any training to actually be able to do it.
What? I wasn't paying attention.
Backflip.
Oh. Just in the air or in the pool?
That would be way cooler. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that.
Oh yeah, I can do a backflip in the pool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's easy.
You just gotta. Sometimes you wanna plug your nose.
You hold your nose because the water's.
No, that's just rotating in the water. That's not doing a backflip.
That is a backflip.
That's not a backflip. That's rotating in the water.
I can't do it. But
now on a trampoline, I can easily do a front flip, and it would annoy my buddy because he'd be like, "Dude, it's easier to do a backflip on the trampoline," and just maybe because of the way you throw your legs. But I didn't ever agree with that because I would use my torso to throw myself. I would jump up and then use my shoulders and everything else. But he would use his hips to basically hip thrust in the air. That's how he did it. But I never could do a backflip. Not on a trampoline, nowhere. I couldn't even do a front flip on the ground, to be honest. All right, let me see.
I mean, if you can, that's very impressive. It's not I can barely do that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That is a good point. I did try it for about a year though, and I just on and off for a year. He would try to get me to do it, but.
So anything else you want to share with everyone?
You need to model what H does. Okay.
I don't have anything. Do you?
Nothing.
Anybody have any questions?
Koso. You bitch. Oh, can I do this? No. Oh man. Slippery. Because I'm so used to throwing in the card and then calling it that I don't call it
Well,
first.
that's why you're getting more cards.
Okay.
Dude, I'm like, why do you keep drawing more?
Yeah, it is not me. Trust me, it is driving me bonkers sizzles.
Play this game.
Okay. Oh yeah, play that card. Do that thing.
It's my turn.
Oh, redeem to hydrate. Hydrate. Word hydrate. We're finishing the water bottle.
My number one fan right there, Granola Girl.
Who is Granola Girl?
What do you think? Don't worry about it. My number one fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, answer the question.
I'm in awe every day. Every seconds. Really, Mary?
Really, like, shock you. I'm so
What
sorry.
does your communication look around being involved in future planning? I mean, I think we're pretty good at communicating anything that we're looking forward to the future, and what our plans might be or might not be. We're pretty good at deviating and just kind of going with the flow and not really having, how do I say that? And not having to really worry about too much. So that's been kind of nice. It helps that I think we're on the same page a lot of the time, so we don't have to really worry about debating or trying to really have to make super tough decisions, because we are kind of in the same mentality, the same mindset of what's going on. So that's helps
That's awesome.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, for us, it's just whenever we know something, we just kind of talk about it pretty quickly, pretty immediately, so that way we can, kind of process it and, kind of go through what we need to go through in order to, make any sort of decisions we might make or need to make, or figure out what path we need to go down. And so I think it helps just trying to do it as early as possible, because we're going to have to do it at some point anyway.
Yeah.
So we might as well do it now, so that way we can figure out where we need to go and what we need to do.
How long have you guys known each other, been together?
We've known each other since 2016.
Baltimore Convention, whenever that was. Yeah, like 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah. And then we've been
Wait,
together for
we met where?
4 or 5 years ago?
Where was that? 2016. Where? At what?
Baltimore?
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I thought
we
you-
met at one of the NYA retreats
Okay.
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh, but that was right after Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah. And we sort of became really close friends, and I would consider you, prior to being my partner, my best friend for a long time. And so I was really lucky that when we decided to open up another chapter in our lives together. So that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Years ago. It wasn't this year, so years.
Feels like since 2016, let me tell you. No, but unfortunately, maybe. Well, I don't know. I guess it's good. Like, I love to over communicate, and Robert is minimal. But I think I never see that side of you, like, because I always see you as a bigger communicator than other people do. But we do talk about everything that comes across, and future planning is very, I think, we talk about it all the time, especially as like professionals in the community, myself, about how important future planning is more than anything else. And sometimes it's easier said than done when it's right in your backyard, but we make a good team, I think, with that.
You guys seem like it. It seems.
We won again!
Thanks for that
Did another
swap.
one.
That's terrible. That's just terrible. Wait until we get a deck of cards where it doesn't have these other things. Change direction.
How do y'all find balance between HD community, HD in life, and just plain living?
That's a good question.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy for me because I'm not in it every day, outside of family and that kind of stuff. I'm not working at HDSA and talking to people about it each and every day, and so I know I definitely need like some downtimes and some breaks from it just in general, but I've never really felt like I'm out of balance with what I'm doing every day versus whether it's helping my mom or talking to her about work or going to an event or or that kind of thing. But I also know I'm pretty laid back about most things, so nothing like balance I know is just going to change on a day-to-day basis. And if I ever feel like I'm in like a mess or something like that, I can just tell MaryAnn or whoever, like, hey, I need a break, give me a couple days, let's not talk about it for whatever it is, or can you take care of this, or I'm not going to go to this, or whatever it is. But I've never honestly gotten to that point, because to me it's part of my life, and it's obviously a large part of my life, and so I don't feel the need to back off from that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that I'm an extremist, so like diving in head first, being part of the community, whether that was volunteering or working now in this space, is just my balance of how, I guess, like, even like how I cope with like just how it is in my personal life. I do know that like there's times and places and events where people are just like, you need to like go have your MaryAnn time, whether that's go for a run or go find a mountain or do something, and that's sort of how I reset. But it's not necessarily about being part of in the HD community or the HD space. It's more like my internal struggles with my mental health than anything else. And I think we do a good job at living and filling our cups in different ways. Like, we love to travel, we love to experience new things, and we do it as much as we possibly can. And so, and just experiencing new things with each other. Like, I feel like we're always sort of doing something fun or some sort of adventure, and it's always happening. So I'm, I guess, really grateful and lucky that like I get to do life with this guy.
That's good. That's cute. That really is, man.
That better not have been recorded. Don't ever let anybody hear that.
Recorded in my mind, playing back right now.
No, but a lot, like, I know even when I, like, years ago when I was just volunteering and starting to work in the space, like, I needed to take that break because it was my full-time job and after work volunteer, and I knew that I was drowning in it, and it was too much, and I knew I needed to take a step back. And luckily I have incredible friends in the community that like knew those moments when I needed a break, and I just yelled pizza, which is like my red flag of like help, or white flag, like please help me with this, or wherever I'm at. So really lucky and grateful, like in those, unfortunately, like I'm always like at the bottom of the dark hole when I'm asking for help, but I do know that I have a lot of really amazing people in my life that I could reach out to, that I should probably do that more. But yeah.
Are you guys like both kind of employed through like Huntington's disease community, or just like volunteer and have other jobs? I'm just kind of curious.
So I work full-time at HDSA as
Okay.
Senior Manager of Youth and Community Services. So that's my full-time gig. So, and then, anything after, beyond that, is I consider like work, or like just what I do for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and I just mostly volunteer and just kind of help out when
Everybody thinks he's like my assistant. I come in, they're like, "Who's that guy that worked?" And I'm like,
just pops in and out randomly.
My Igor.
Ninjas around.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm gonna ask Granola Girl because unfortunately, and I might have asked them all, but I have run out of questions. And you guys kind of not trying to speak for you. I think you guys just said that. I think you guys kind of covered everything that you guys kind of wanted to say. And I hope you did. And if you didn't, totally feel free to go ahead and do that. I am gonna pop in the chat because I wonder if Unless you see the granola girl ask any other questions, I want to make sure if she has any other questions to ask them before we do end the stream. When we do.
That's fine. I think we did cover a lot. And there was no like set agenda for me, so and I think we're all easily accessible. Happy to chat with anyone if needed or want.
Yeah, if anybody ever wants to talk further or anything like that, just reach out to us. We're not that hard to find. Someone knows us.
Absolutely. And I think I'm gonna have so much fun at camp. I'm excited to see you at camp. Robert, are you not able to go this year, you say?
No, I'm not. I'm probably not going to be able to.
Okay.
But you never know. It's still, August? Still 5 months away. I don't like to plan more than, like, a few hours ahead of my life, so.
You could just show up at these things, though. Like, you have to apply. Like, you might not.
I'm too old.
For
Apply to
to
volunteer.
be a volunteer, and that's past the date, so no, you cannot.
Well, they'll still take people if they want.
Oh. Some things he doesn't
Like you
think
said,
he has to plan for.
It's the middle of Maryland.
Robert gets a pass. We'll just see Robert like pull up on a kayak.
I'm not important. I'm not important at all, actually.
Robert will just pull up on like a kayak or something.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, you too.